What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. We are live on Monday on YouTube and on Instagram. Amazing stuff. Few announcements before we get started. Do me a favor, hit that like button, smack it. Lay the smack down the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we can get the subscribers up and the message out. Help a brother out. Do it now. As you guys know, it is a talk show, so you can call in at any point during the show. 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. And we talk about whatever you want, argue, agree, fellowship, disagree. I'm here for it all in the name of Jesus. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you like to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the description, or go directly to the YouTube live chat, hit the super chat button, and bam! Send your question or comments there. I'll read them live on air. You got that option. I appreciate it. Listen, guys, you guys know what's today, July 1st. What does that mean for Bond? I'll tell you what it means.
White history is white history month. White history is white.
Yeah. Appreciate it. White History Month, baby, even though I blackened it up. I blackened it up a little bit. But it's still White History Month. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say no more. YouTube going to get me. But that's Joel Friday on the mic. Amazing stuff. Shout out to the YouTube chat, live chat, Snake Pit. Shout out. And also shout out to the IG chat, the Lion's Den, folks holding it down, Mod Squad holding it down. Appreciate y'all. As always, got some new mods in there as well. Welcome to the squad. Okay. Anyway, let's get to it. I got some stuff I want to talk about. I'm a little late, I will say, when it comes to, I have my little post-debate criticism. I usually don't even have it much to say about the debates and what is talked about, right? Because I'm not really super, knee deep when it comes to political things, political matters, right? I'm kind of like secondhand political. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of just spills over to me when I hear Hake, Nick, or JLP talking about it. So I'm kind of like secondhand politics. You know what I mean? But there are some interesting things that when I watched the debate that were said that stood out to me that I want to give my opinion about. And as you guys know, I say it all the time. Don't believe nothing I say. I could be wrong. Don't believe nothing I say. Not a word. Think for yourself and know for yourself. But this is just my opinion and what I think. So let's get into it. So, as you guys know, there was a debate on Thursday, right, between Biden and Trump. At face value, most people are saying that, Biden looked crazy. He kind of looked old up there. He didn't look healthy and all that stuff, right? And that's just evident. But he did still get all his points. He still got them off, right? And he struggled to get them out, but he got them out. And there's a few things that I wanted to talk about that. Now, I'm going to try to breeze through these and we'll get to some calls. I see a caller on the line. Give me a second, caller. I will get to you. I will get to it in a second, but I want to talk about a few of the issues that popped up. So one of them was the abortion pill, right? They asked Trump about the abortion pill. Now, obviously, as we know, conservatives and Democrats, this is like one of the biggest like battles is abortion, right? And people always ask me how I feel about. Well, they don't always ask me. People actually never ask me. But I always hear like this hard stance on like you know conservatives saying that abortion should be illegal, no abortions, have the baby, and all that stuff. And then the Democrats obviously saying, no, you should have the right to the woman's body, woman's choice. She can have the right to abort the baby. Right? There's always these both sides. And they're both very hard stances. And I lean more towards the conservative side because it's just more logical when it comes to this issue, right? To let the baby see the baby through. If the baby was, if the process already started, see it through. So I tend to lean more towards that. But I don't like this whole radical side of doing things. I never been about it, and I'm still not about it. Like this extreme case of things, and conservatives like to go to the extreme as well. So, but I love Trump's answer, and this is how I feel about it. And he answered it exactly how I felt about it, and how I've always felt about it, and how I feel about it to this day. He said exactly that, and I want to play that, and it stood out to me. So, let me play this first clip. This is from YouTube. And I already forgot where on YouTube I got it from. Lord have mercy. But it's on YouTube, so shout out to YouTube. Here's the first clip. Here's where Trump speaks of his stance on the abortion pill. Here we go.
Former President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which returned the issue of abortion to the states.
Correct.
However, the federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access to abortion pills.
Like Ronald Reagan, I believe in the exceptions. I am a person that believes. And frankly, I think it's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people, you have to follow your heart. Some people don't believe in that. But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't. Follow your heart. But you have to get elected also. And because that has to do with other things. You got to get elected. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, he was willing to do this. He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby, meaning we'll kill the baby.
Listen, let me break down really quickly what he just said, and briefly, as best as I can. He said, let people follow the heart. That's exactly how I feel about it. Let people follow the heart. Yes, it's better to see it through. Yes, it's better to have the baby and all this thing, right? Of course, choose life, of course, but follow the heart. There's exceptions to the rule. And I love that because sometimes conservatives are so extreme about it and they don't want to talk about the exceptions to the rule. They just want to like so badly combat the Democrats, which I can understand the opposite view, but it's also not very sound mind. It's like follow the heart. And what I love about Trump, and I've always loved about Trump, is that he goes by the rules of the heart, right? He's being led by the moment. And let's just say in the moment, there's a reason for the abortion to happen or whatever the case is. You just follow the heart. But you don't make it like, it doesn't have to be such a hard stance. Let it be what it needs to be when the moment calls for it. And I love that. And then he goes on to say, He's like, I love people that have there's exceptions to the rules. I love people that have the choice. And I approve of the abortion pill. That's what he said. And then he also said, but it's not in the same way as these radicals that think you can just abort a baby at any point just because your mood changes. Yes. Yes. But that doesn't mean that he's for abortion because he approved the pill. No, he's just saying follow your heart. But he's also not going crazy with it and being like, okay, now you're free to just have abortions if you want to, whenever you want to, and if that's what you feel like. No, he's denouncing the radical part of it as well. I love that. Perfect answer. Because both people can benefit. Both people are happy now. Both sides can come to agreement and agree that, oh, okay, well, I still can do it if I need it. But at the same time, I shouldn't be crazy with it. Both people are happy. And that's what it takes to be president of the United States. So there's one thing. Second thing is Biden said, I know my chat's going crazy. Biden says he wants to, I don't have a clip for this, but I'll just make it brief, that tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich, give the rich more taxes, right? And tax the middle class and the lower class less, I believe. I think that the middle class or the lower class or whatever should be taxed less. I think taxes right now are insane, and that is too high. And then a lot of the taxes that we're paying for go to like crazy stuff. So I do think that the taxes should be lowered, but I do not think that we should tax the rich. And this is my opinion, that we should tax the rich more. Do not. Why? It's because most have earned their way, right? Most have worked hard to gain their wealth. I said most, not all, right? And in a country of what do you call it? What do you call it when capitalism is that when you work hard, you make the money. So I feel you should be taxed less because you worked hard and did your part. So we should tax the rich less, to me. They should have their fair share of taxes that need to be paid justly, right? But I don't think you tax the rich more. No. Because I think that if you tax people, it'll incentivize them to work hard, put the work in, so they can have more money to spend for themselves or on their families or whatever they want to do with it. But it's like punishing them for making more money, for working hard and being successful. It's like you're punishing the rich. Now you're taxing them more. Now you're taking more money away from them because they worked hard to get it. I just don't get that. It's not mathing. The math ain't mathing for me. But who am I? I don't know. I could be wrong. So I don't think that the Biden wants to tax the rich. I disagree with that, Biden. Don't tax the rich. But lower them taxes for the middle class and the lower class, because it is kind of out of control. But I also think that we should choose where our taxes go to. I think we need to vote for that and choose where our taxes go to. I don't think that we all have to pay taxes, but then our taxes can go to crazy stuff or the stuff we don't agree with. I don't like that. I think we should be able to choose where our taxes let the people choose where our taxes should go to, where we want our money going towards. And it'll build more pride in people paying taxes. Because then they'll feel good about being of service with their money to things that they believe in. So, yeah, taxes, we should choose where our taxes go. And then, moving on, I'm done with that one. Then Biden said he wanted to cut childcare costs in half for the minorities. Or that he did that. I think he said that he cut the childcare costs in half. You guys can correct me if I'm misstating it. Hold on, let me go to the little chat thing. I think he said that he is cutting it or he did cut it. I'm not sure. But I don't agree with that. Nope. And he said he was saying it in a allegedly, right? He was saying it in the sense of because minorities can't afford it, so he's wants to cut it or cut it in half so it's more affordable for minority communities. I disagree. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think that there's always exceptions to the rule. So in like God's plan, right? There are some people that can benefit from cutting it in half, right? There's exceptions to the rule. But as a bigger picture, all in all, don't think it's a good idea. Reason why, because what happens is, and I know this firsthand to be true, is that when you don't have money, you figure out a way to make money. But if you don't have money and you're given money just for the sake of it, then it doesn't build that nature within to go figure out how to provide, figure out the next step. It doesn't push you forward. It keeps you stagnant. So when you cut it in half, you're basically telling people that you don't have to go and get 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. We'll just give it to you because we know you can't afford it. No, that's not turning you into a worker, a hard worker, a guy that has to, and it's also not building your faith in God guiding you on the next step to take to grow as a man and provide for your family. So I don't like that. If the costs are high, then the man has to, but like I said, there's always exceptions to the rule. But if the costs are high, then the man has to go figure out how he can make the money. He has to go get a better job. Or he has to sharpen his skills, or he has to get a second job, right? But what that doing, that's expanding, that's just, I don't even know what we would call that thing. I don't even know what to call it. But it's just that nature within a man is developing, and it should. And children who grow up without fathers in a home and they just have their mothers, oftentimes that nature is underdeveloped because the mom oftentimes is just giving them things, not making them do chores. You know what I mean? Like they become spoiled and they don't know how to work for themselves. So that's cutting child care costs in half seems like it's just spoiling the people. It's just another handout. So disagree with that one. I don't like it, Biden. I don't like that one. So, And then my next one. This one's good. Is also you can call in 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773. Listen, guys, if you guys disagree, call in and let's get into it because maybe you guys can bring some, if you disagree, you can bring some perspective to me. Help a brother out, right? But if you agree, I also like to hear you guys' point too. But yeah, no pressure to call. But still, I don't mind. But anyway, the last one, Biden said that Trump said that the country is in a bad place, right? Biden said Trump said country's in a bad place. Just like on the front end, on the back end, he was basically alluding to that the country is in a bad place. And Biden responded, and when Biden said this, it was a little crazy to me. It was kind of like delusional. He said that we're the most admirable country. No one wants to mess with us. That's one thing he said, right? And then he said, and then that was just kind of crazy. And then he said that we have the strongest military, right? And I'm not entirely agreeing with it, only because I'm not entirely familiar with the military. But this is where my opinion comes in, and I believe it to be true. Because I know that there's other people around the world who get a glimpse into the way we handle things, and it's not good. We don't handle things, it's not, doesn't display strength, for one. But when it comes to the military, this is what I believe. For one, there was a bill, and this is from The Hill, and also valuetainment.com also posted this, but I also went onto The Hill and they spoke about this. But there's a bill, the Senate Democrats have added talks or a language, let's say it like that. I'll read exactly as the headline goes. So Senate Democrats have added language to a bill to require women to register for the draft. And then you want me to believe that the military is strong. I'm not saying it's weak, but when we have people that are pushing for this kind of stuff, it's weakening the military because people aren't understanding the order of things. Like the power of men being in control of these things. The power of a man being in the military. And the power of a man as a leader, but the power of men in general. And then it's delusional to think that, oh, I can't say that. Not yet. But it's just kind of crazy. But let me play this clip and then it'll explain it. And then I'll give a little bit more commentary. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Here we go, y'all. Clip 2.
The military has not implemented a draft in more than 50 years. Why is this coming up now?
Well, look, I think you have Democrats essentially arguing, look, fighting on the front lines of a war looks very different than it has in the past. We're now starting to see, more cyber warfare, more tech warfare. And, they're arguing that there is certainly a space for women in that, line of fighting or, part of the military that could be used on the front lines. However, it's getting quite a bit of pushback for Republicans who are seeking to put some vulnerable Senate Democrats, including Nevada Senator Jackie Rosen and Montana Senator John Tester, in a very tricky situation with Republicans already attacking those senators on this issue. Now, it's unclear whether Majority Leader Chuck Schumer will bring this to the floor because of the potential political consequences of this, but Republicans very much pushing back on this, talking about the gender identity politics and such.
Yes, with those concerns in mind, is there really a chance that this could actually be implemented?
It's unclear right now. I mean, look, I think enough Republicans are pushing back to where, it might not be implemented. At the same time, though, we've heard Senate aides, tell The Hill that, look, there are some Republicans who are very much on board with this, some Republican voters, that it's, very much promoting this idea of equality in the military. So it's possible, but the question is whether Chuck Schumer will want to take this risk with a few of his very vulnerable senators being attacked over this.
Listen, they're talking about the women allowing to be on the front lines. It's just so insane. It's just so insane. And there are people around the world laughing at that. I hope they don't even hear that was even said. That's even talked about. Because that's such a display of delusion. Clear delusion. Because my dog knows that women don't belong on the front lines. The squirrel in the tree right now knows women do not belong on the front lines. The rock in my shoe knows that women do not belong on the front lines. And it ain't no put down. It's crazy I have to even say that. Anybody who thinks that that's a put down, Lord have mercy. Jesus, come in and swoop down. Come back again. Because that ain't a put down, not even close. It don't make sense. It's not good. It's not normal. And it ain't normal for a woman to want to either. You ain't made for it. Your body ain't fit for it. It ain't in you. And if poor soldiers, if this happens, man soldiers who have to serve next to women soldiers on the front line in war, God bless you. Because meanwhile, in the other countries, they got all men fighting against men and women. It just, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of crazy. So this is why I say that the problem, and JLP says this too, the problem with the world is that the spirit is taken out of all things. You can't have politics without the spirit involved, because then all logic and reason and sound mind is gone too. You gotta have, the spirituality has to be first. The spirit has to be first, and you gotta be really grounded in it. Know God, know yourself, or else all these crazy things are going to come about, and then you're so-called on the side of conservative, but then you let it pass because you don't see how crazy it actually is. The spirit is taken out of all things. The reason why I like Trump is not because of policy. It's not because he says grab him by the. It's not because of the so-called allegations on Stormy Daniels. It's not because none of that. It's because he's a tough man and he follows the heart, the laws of the heart. And he's grounded. He's solid. And that's what you need. That's what's important. Not these stupid details. You need somebody that's the real deal in there. The real deal. It doesn't matter if you don't always agree with what they say. That ain't important. Is he the real deal? Because you'll know that at the end of the day, he'll make the sound decision. And if he makes a mistake, he'll take accountability for it and he'll correct it and do better next time. Why? Because he's grounded. That's all it is. It's about the spirit first. It's about God at the center. But God really being at the center. Not this play. Not this play Christian conservative talk. Not no trad con talk. Trad Christian, whatever that. The real deal stuff. That's all I'm saying. So. That's how I feel. Trump 2024. Biden, you gotta go. You gotta go. You did, listen. Just relax. Let Trump do the job. Joel got the spirit of Ray Charles in him. I don't know what that means, but it don't sound like a compliment. Anyway, let me go to some calls. 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. Let them cook. Let Trump cook. Let God cook. That's hilarious. Let me see what you guys saying in the chat real quick. And then I'm going to get to the calls right now. I'm going to jump to the calls right now. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything popping in here. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll jump right to the calls in 2 minutes. And we're jumping right to the calls. Let's see here. Boom. Boom. All right. Let's go to Terry Strange with the black cat. Super chat. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it. Appreciate the donation. She sent the black cat. I don't know what it means, but I like black cats. Black Panther, baby. Appreciate it, Terry. Not a Brock show. I don't know what that means, but Joe Biden's zap. I don't even know what you're saying, man, but I appreciate the donation. Something about Futurama. I appreciate it, man. Or woman, or whatever it is, whatever you are. I appreciate the donation. Nice. Let me go to the calls here. Let me go to Frederick out of Los Angeles. Frederick, welcome to the show. You're on the air, man.
What's going on, Joel?
All is well, Frederick. How are you?
Man, it sounds like you confused, man. You need to stay out of politics.
Tell me where I'm confused.
When Trump says you got to get elected, you got to get elected first, right? That's a dog whistle for he'll say anything to get elected, that he'll reverse the Peel Act.
No.
The Republicans know
that's
first
smart.
starts at conception. He's saying you got to get elected. Trust me. And
but don't you think that if he was really trying to be sneaky, he wouldn't have said that?
No, because if he said, no, we're going to ban the pills federally, he would have lost all votes. He know he can't win on abortion. And another thing, when you saying Mexicans going to come over and steal the black jobs, the low-income jobs or black jobs, what come they can't be white or anybody else's job? They black jobs, the low-skilled, low-paying jobs that the immigrants coming over here stealing, he said, are black jobs. How are they black jobs?
Well, because mostly black people and Hispanics in those areas that the immigrants are coming into, Their
That's
jobs
racist.
are being no. It's just a reality.
That's racist.
No, it's
no,
not.
There's poor
I
white
see
people
it.
that need a job too. There's poor white people that need
Okay,
a
I'm
job
sure.
and not black jobs.
Right, and I'm sure he's not excluding white people, but in
I'm
big
sure
numbers.
he did when he said that immigrants are coming to steal black jobs, like the unskilled, low-paying jobs only belong to black people.
Because
He
the
caught on that.
majority.
He's in
No,
trouble.
he didn't say
He's in trouble
only.
on that.
He didn't say only. You
Yeah,
said
he did.
only.
He said black jobs. He said they're stealing black jobs.
Because
He's in
they
trouble on that.
are. Because they are. But why are you making
Yeah,
it seem?
okay.
But wait,
He just
answer
lost a
this real
whole
quick.
bunch of votes.
Answer
They
this
talking
real
about
quick.
how many votes he lost over there.
Answer this really
and
quick.
another thing, the dog whistles. You gotta listen. You gotta listen, Joel.
I know you jumping over something that's not true, and I don't.
No, he did.
You put
say that.
unnecessary
He said that.
dirt
He didn't
on a
say
name.
American jobs. He didn't say they stealing American jobs. He said they stealing black jobs. You
Right,
didn't hear it because you don't listen to the
No,
dog
he did
whistles
say
that he
he probably did say it, but that doesn't necessarily mean only black jobs, and nobody there is white, and he's picking on
Yeah,
blacks.
who is he trying to scare? Who is he trying to fearmonger to? Then acting like we're scared of like he wants us to fight him. Like we're supposed to be his front line of defense to go fight the immigrants because they're stealing our jobs.
No. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
answer this
listen,
quick
listen.
question. Answer this quick question. Is he wrong when he says that the immigrants are stealing black jobs?
Yeah,
So the
because
immigrants,
blacks don't want 'em,
immigrants,
apparently,
aren't stealing no black jobs.
if blacks don't want them, they'll go get them. If there's a job for a Mexican to get, it ain't our job to have. Quit saying it's our job. If we wanted the job, we'll get the job. If we don't want the job and we want to sit at home, it's not our job to get. So why are you saying it's our job?
So
Like
you're
we
saying,
waiting in line,
wait, I
and they
think
hiring Mexicans, like they hiring illegal in front of us on applications, and like, yeah, he just got your job fresh over the border. That's not how it's happening.
So you're
And
saying
another
that?
thing,
Wait.
Joe
Let me
Biden
just
corrected
understand
him.
what you're saying. Let me just make sure I understand what you're saying. Are you saying
Okay.
that if the blacks really wanted the job and they were willing to work, they would get the job over the Hispanics or the immigrants?
Right.
So
To this day.
you said
There
what?
wouldn't be no jobs over here when they got here if
But
blacks wanted them.
I agree that if the blacks and the Hispanics in those communities, if they really wanted to work, they can find a job. I agree with that, and you're right about that. But I also
Whites
believe
could too.
whites could too.
They're not black.
I agree.
They're not oriented just for blacks. You understand?
I agree. No, I agree.
And
But
Joe Biden corrected Trump when he's like, "Oh, about the abortions to 8 months and 9." He said that's a lie. So half of what Trump was saying was lies anyway. You got to play the whole tape when you watch the thing.
I know, but also, would you agree that the immigrants that do come in here, they do get jobs quicker? For one, because they are willing to work more than the Americans. That's just facts. I've seen that.
They're willing to
I've
get
seen
paid less than minimum wage.
Exactly. So
That's
but
illegal to pay them less than minimum wage.
but they do it. But people are doing it, and
because
it is
that's how the
because
whites get rich. Because you're thinking the whites get rich because they work hard. No, they hire these people with visas that work less than minimum wage.
they don't have visas. They don't have visas. A lot of them don't have
Even if
visas.
they do, most of them that work them jobs do have visas. The illegal ones don't.
That's what I'm saying. The illegal ones. But that's the whole point. Is the legal ones? But listen though,
not the business owners working hard.
The
They
illegal
hiring
ones.
cheap labor.
You said what?
That's why they need. Yeah, they profiting billions over what they paying these people. Billions in profits over what they paying these people. And you thinking that's how the rich supposed to get rich and not get taxed?
No, I don't think
crazy.
it's a good idea. No, I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea. But I also think that there are immigrants that are coming over here and they are getting the jobs that Americans should have the opportunity to get. But that is because. But if there was no immigrants here, that wouldn't be an opportunity. They wouldn't have a chance to take the jobs away. But they are taking the jobs away.
If the farmers paid the American people a living wage, they have jobs being worked, and everybody would be happy. But the farmers want to pay the illegals and the visas less money because it's cost efficient. It ain't hard math.
I agree. That's
it's
wrong.
Macroeconomics. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, and they're not black jobs. So wake up. Everything you think Trump's strong about, he's weak about. He'll say anything to get elected and then do something else. Yeah,
You're
if he say
missing
you
the.
gotta
You're
get
missing
elected,
the.
if he just said in that sentence, you got to get elected first, he's saying anything to get elected. Ask other
Nah.
callers. I don't know. You can
Okay.
go ask him what he think. Why would he have to say, you got to get elected?
Because that's
you gotta
true
get
though.
elected.
That's the realest thing you'll ever hear
So
any
you're gonna
politician
say
say.
whatever you got to say to get elected. Is that what he's doing?
No.
And you respect that. And you respect
You're
that.
missing it, man. You're missing like the.
No,
You're not seeing
The
clearly.
people that votes for him is not going for the pill. They don't want no pills nowhere federally because birth starts at conception. If you kill it 3 weeks, Plan B is too much. These girls in high school got Plan Bs in their pocket like Skittles.
Right.
And that's what they want to stop. That Plan B is so much sex in the morning, you can just take a pill. They putting
Right.
it in the girl's Big Red. They don't care. They like Plan B is going to be everywhere, and that's what they want. And Trump ain't going to stop it. He just said it. But he'll say that to get elected, but he's winking at you, just like the Russia stuff. Pay attention. Just open your eyes, Joel. Let God
fair
cook.
enough.
You can't tell him what ingredients to put in this soup. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, no, women in the military, that can't happen. Hey, let God cook. Everything happened for a reason.
Fair enough, Frederick. Fair enough. I'll think about some of that stuff you said.
All right, yep. Take
All
it
right.
easy.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that Frederick is wrong about some of the things he might be saying. You know, some of the things. But I don't know, man. It just seems like there's also an element of not giving credit where due that Frederick is not doing. He's not giving any credit at all, and that's a red flag to me. When you don't give any credit, that's a red flag because he's painting the picture as if Donald Trump is this mastered deceiver. And that's just not true. And I'm not saying that he may not have tricks up his sleeve as a politician. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a red flag when somebody wants to give somebody no credit. Right? So that's all I'm saying. And you want to be able to recognize just the spirit of things as well. Like, for example, when it comes to Trump saying that you have to get elected, that's the realest thing to me. I don't even know if it's so real because it's like you do have to get elected at the same time, but he's also not saying I'm only doing this because I have to get elected, but he's making it a point, and I could be wrong about it. He said that you got to follow the heart, right? You got to follow the heart. And yes, I got the abortion pill here for people to use it, to just have that option, right? But he also is saying, I'm not for it. I'm not for this like extreme cases of abortion and using the pill. But there's exceptions to rule, and you just follow your heart. And he says, like Ronald Reagan, I don't know nothing about Ronald Reagan, but he said, like Ronald Reagan, I'm for people following the heart. And I don't know, people who are being phony to me just don't say stuff like that because that's not like a popular thing to say. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, I'm just reading, just me, in my own opinion, reading between the lines off of like the subtleties of like honesty I get from people like Trump. You know what I mean? That I just respect. So, and he's smart. And if he's doing it to get elected, listen, you got to be wise at some point. You can't show all the cards. That's just stupid. One thing, you got to know how to also do your job well, and you got to be wise. You still got to be wise. You got to learn how to walk wisely. You got to know how to give people what they want without crossing the line. You got to know how to, do what you need to do while at the same time still being of God. You got to know when to give, and God will guide and direct those moments, right? He'll reveal those opportunities to where you can give certain people what they want, but it was the right time. And I think stuff like what he was talking about, the abortion pill, was one of those examples, right? Like, of course he's not for abortion, right? And of course all the conservatives want to be like, stand hard on that, right? But there's also an election, and there's also a big group of people who are for abortion. And there was an opportunity to where Trump had this abortion pill, just in my opinion. And that was an opportunity where he can give it to satisfy these people, but still stand firm on his belief of abortion. And that's just him walking wisely, to me. To me, that's just him walking wisely. He saw opportunity that worked out, and yet at the same time, he doesn't need the vote. I mean, he needs the vote, but he's not looking for the vote just cause. But guess what? He'll take the vote now. It's just smart. Listen, Trump's playing chess, and while still being grounded and with his soul intact. So y'all better take some notes. And I ain't talking about on a pedestal and praise the man, not that type of thing, not that type of notes. I'm just talking about just watching these people. You know what I mean? Anyway. But no, Fred might have some points that he's making about certain things I don't know about. So I don't want to say that Fred's wrong. I ain't saying you're wrong, Fred. But the immigrants are not. Trump didn't say that the black people are that he ain't picking on the blacks. I'm sure that he knows that there's some white people that are in there. He knows that there's some Hispanic that are in there, but majority, though, the immigrants are coming into the black communities, and the black community members, I don't know what to call them, the black community are even saying to the news reports, to different things that like, we don't want this. We tired of this. They're taking you guys are giving them $500 prepaid cards, and we ain't getting nothing. But they're mad about it, right? Because they're seeing that the immigrants are coming into the country and they're getting this favor that blacks shouldn't be getting either. They shouldn't be getting that favor either. But still, it's still like, oh, okay, so now you guys want to hand out these things to these asylum seekers. And there's exceptions to the rule. But it's like, wait, hold on. Don't forget about home. Don't forget about those that live in your house right now. So it's just all jacked up. Joel Extremely White. He says those black community members over yonder. I don't even know what to call them. Oh, man. Trump knows what he's doing, and I trust it. I trust him. I trust him. But one thing I do for sure agree with Frederick on is that ultimately, no matter what happens, God is in control, and you just got to trust the process. It doesn't mean that people don't make stupid decisions like letting women in the military. But, and that's just my opinion, YouTube. But at the end of the day, if that were to happen, God is still in control. You just got to trust the process. You just got to trust the process. Everybody was mad that Biden got elected. A lot of people were mad Biden got elected, but it opened people's eyes more that he got elected. You know, God was still in control, and God still had a plan. And they hated Trump, but now people are like, oh, no, Trump ain't so bad once they see what's going on now. So you just got to trust. Trust the process. But anyway, for some reason I can't get into these super chats. Let me check real quick. These super chats, I think that we're good. Nice. We're going to end. We're going to end. American Anchor Baby's coming in. Make sure you guys follow JLP Network across the board, Jesse Lee Peterson Show, The Hake Report, Joel Friday TV, and The American Anchor Baby in that order. Make sure you guys follow. Those are the orders of the shows. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe, like, share, and all that good stuff. Joel Friday TV across the board. Yeah. Make sure you guys do that. And buy some White History Month t-shirts. Go check that out. Go buy that. And shout out to the live chat, YouTube, Snake Pit, IG. Appreciate you guys tuning in. All that good stuff. And I gotta go. Until next time, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. And we'll have some more fun. Bye, y'all. Gotta go.